Yeah, that'll be good. All right, thank you. I just want to spend a few minutes tonight to talk about the changes, the big changes, actually, that's taking place right now in the industrial tax exemption program, or ITEP, as we like to call it. For over 70 years or so, the state has used the ITEP to attract very large manufacturing investments to the state of Louisiana. As you can imagine, because we have so many large manufacturers in St. Charles Parish, it is an important incentive to many of our local companies. Under the old rules, everything was done in Baton Rouge in terms of how an ITEP contract got approved. It was submitted to LED. It went on to a board appointed by the governor called the Board of Commerce and Industry, and from there it went to the governor's desk for approval. The old way of doing things was that the company received a 10-year exemption for 100% of all the assets that were part of that project, which means that they got a 10-year tax exemption for all of those new assets. However, because everything was done in Baton Rouge, the impacts were local. Even though the state claimed and hanged its hat on the fact that they were given this huge incentive to companies, the state, in essence, was not. It was all borne by the local parishes. However, things changed back in June of last year. The governor made major changes, and I just want to go over two of those changes with you tonight that should be of most importance to you. The first was the way the contracts were approved. As I stated before, everything was done in Baton Rouge under the old rules. Now, under the new rules, the company must come and receive local approval prior to sending their full application to LED. The approvals that are needed here are resolutions from you all, from the parish council. They also need approval or a resolution from the school board, and they also need a support letter from the sheriff. The second major change was that the overall benefit to the company changed. Now a company can receive up to 5 years, 100% exemption on all of those new assets, and it can be renewed for no more than 3 years, up to 80% of the value of those assets. So prior to that, under the old rules, a local parish would not receive any property tax from that investment until year 11. Now we're going to be seeing some revenue in year 6, and it will go on the tax rolls at 100% in year 9. So obviously, what does that mean? That means that we're going to see more revenue sooner. It doesn't matter how many we approve. It doesn't matter if we approve all of them, which I'm not saying that we should, but even if we do approve all of them, we still will be receiving money sooner rather than later. But the most important thing, and as part of the change, and I want to highlight that last point, and that is, I think it's going to show, and it's our chance to show what a pro-business climate that we're trying to foster here in St. Charles Parish. I think it's our chance to prove to the companies that as long as you do the right thing, that we will certainly partner with you in trying to grow the local economy. And that's it. I know I kind of ran through it quickly, but you're going to have a lot more time to learn about it, because we're starting to see our new apps coming in under these new rules. And so I look forward to working with you even more and answering all of your questions. But in terms of tonight, I'll be happy to answer any questions that you may have.